All right, well, welcome back to another episode of Lorcana Chats. I am here with Katie from the Lorekeeper's Inn to record another episode of You Want to Play What? Um, the show that focuses on playing casual decks and just kind of having fun with it and, you know, just enjoying the game. So, Katie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. This is my third time on, so
I
that's
know, it's kind of
it's very
crazy.
exciting for
I
me.
was thinking about that the other day. Because the first was Hakuna Lorcana, and
Hmm.
then the second was shortly after you started up the Lorekeeper's Inn, right?
It is. It was. Yeah. So I started Lore Keepers in I think it was June. It was June.
Yeah.
So yeah. And so now we're in 2025. It's a whole new year. But
Oh,
same me. Same Stitch head. I got Stitch on my head because I'm a Stitch head fan.
yeah. For those that are listening to the audio only version of this, you should definitely go and check out the video so you can see this
Hmm.
this amazing piece of headwear that Katie is wearing. It's
It's
quite awesome.
bespoke. It
There you
is.
go.
This is a vintage 2005 Stitch headband, and then this Stitch head is from this year. So I mean, nobody else has this. This is one of
Nice.
a kind.
There you go. There you go. So if you go to a DLC in the future, are you gonna wear it or?
That's the one thing they don't tell you, and that men don't know. Maybe some that wear headbands, but these headbands they slowly pinch your brain. So
Ah,
I got about an hour limit on them. So the DLCs maybe I have worn a headband, but I have to be judicious because I can't take any pinching of my brain for my brain power.
yeah, I've heard the same thing about some of the Mickey ears that it just
Yes,
kind of presses right there, and like even
correct.
so much that they have the soft ones that are more like a
Hmm.
headband that you pull over. I was like,
I
oh,
have
okay.
extraordinarily big head, unfortunately. Like the cute little Mouseketeer ones.
Mm,
What I was at Disney World and I was like, "Oh, do you guys make this in like a large size?" And they were like, "Oh, that'd be funny." And I'm like, "I'm not joking," because they don't fit on my head. So
yeah. Well, let's see. So we talked a little bit before. You haven't been able to make it to a set champs yet.
no, I there's been snow. I'm in Colorado, and so it just keeps snowing on Saturdays. That's kind of the snow has said, "Hey, it's Friday night, let's do it." And so
Yep.
two set champs have been canceled, but they both got rescheduled to this weekend. So I'm kind of panicking because it's kind of like I either get a scar or I don't. And I'm telling myself I'm okay either way, but I know mentally I'll beat myself up. So there's reality. What I
Emotionally,
do, yes,
emotionally crushed. Yeah.
yeah, do as I say, not as I do. Because I'm always like, it's okay, guys. It's not about winning. But inside, I'm like, but you better win. So,
Well, I mean, it is set championships. You play to win, right? It's a
yeah.
whole different kind of situation than this show, where we're just kind of
Yeah,
here for kicks. So,
I know. Yeah, I was telling you this is the first time I've ever done a webcam game. That's not true. I've done one other webcam game, but this is the first setup I've tried like this. I did one with Hobbies and Happiness, and that
yep.
one lasted 3.5 hours. So
Oh
I'm
no.
hoping ours is a little shorter than 3.5 hours,
Yeah,
maybe three
yeah.
hours. But
It's quite a bit shorter. Just
okay,
so you
okay.
know. I mean, best of
Yeah, by
three
the
doesn't
end,
last that long, but
yeah,
uh,
we all changed as people, I think, by the end of that game. It
was
was
that
a multiplayer.
multi? Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
multiplayer. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we
a
all made
whole
some
different
mistakes.
story. Yeah. I've never played a multiplayer game before, but it looks like it would be quite challenging to keep up with what's going on with everything, like all the different triggers and everything.
It's very fun. I just think that it was me and Lindsay at Lumiquare and then the host of the show, and three of us built lore stealing decks, and that was a mistake because we were all just stealing forever. And it got to the point where we were just like, I don't know, it's midnight. So it's a great
Oh,
episode. I
okay.
had so much fun, but I
Yeah.
learned in like I was building my deck, and I told my husband, I was like, no lore stealing, absolutely not. Like there's a Kakamora that does lore stealing. Like, nope, his lore is his. I'm not taking it. Like
Yep.
he earned it.
Yeah, I can imagine that would take a while. Yeah, just kind of chipping
Mhm.
away and then yeah. Oh,
It's brutal.
that's interesting. I don't know if I've ever actually seen like I mean I know it's kind of a goofy kind of deck anyway, but actually seen anybody play one, like really play one, even at league and stuff.
Yeah, and that's why multiplayer is kind of fun because you play things way differently.
Hmm.
Because you're kind of looking for those cards that say each opponent and all those fun things.
Yeah.
So you get to build things way differently than you would normally. But the downside is you might play for 3.5 hours. So you gotta like the people you play with. That's my only tip.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it seems like, I mean, I don't know if they edited it down or whatever. It doesn't seem like
They
it
did do.
lasted. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it's still 2.5 hours. I think like they
Is it? Okay.
it got to
I
the
don't know
point
if
where
I made
whenever
it all
I
the way through then.
yeah, they got to the point wherever we play Diablo because there's a few of us had the green Diablo where you can look at your opponent's hand. I'm like, I don't care, just no, I don't. Whatever you have is what you have. We gotta go. So we were editing
Steve
ourselves. We were
Lorcana.
like, yeah, yeah, whatever you have, it's your business. It's not mine.
Yep. Yeah, I could see that after a while. It just kind of gets long. It's like the days. You've been to one of the DLCs, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
Texas.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Did you play in the main event or just
I
side
did,
events or
yeah, and I made it through. Well, I mean, I didn't do well, but I mean, I did. My thing was I mining them tickets. So me and my
yep.
husband, we sat through all nine. It was nine, right? It was rough.
Oof. Yeah, it makes for a long day. Yeah,
Yes.
I was in Atlanta where they hadn't figured out that they needed to offer additional stuff to get people to keep playing. And so I was one of the ones that dropped out after because I did not do very well. So,
And
but
I think that's smart that they offer incentive because otherwise, yeah, after a while you're like, I'm good. I'm not no golden Mickey in my future.
yeah,
I will be in the concession area. Thank you.
yep. Well, and you know you're not going to even make it to the next prize level kind
Hmm.
of thing. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was an interesting 2 days. That was the one where the anime conference was happening at the same time, and it was
I
just
love that. That's pretty fantastic. I love when conventions, but and they like melt in the middle. I think that's quite fun.
yep, yep. It was interesting. There were a lot of people there dressed up and some really, oh, excuse me, some really, really cool costumes. Um,
Yeah.
sorry, cosplay. I guess I shouldn't say costumes.
Yeah. And we're getting there. Lorcana, I mean, we've got costumes. I've done some bounding. I'm more of a fan of bounding because then I can,
Mm-hmm.
slip into society a lot easier. But yeah, I'm happy to see people step up their game as with their cosplay and bounding galore.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, and I guess it was more around the Quest in the Park stuff. That there was actually like, I think they actually had some kind of a contest around the Disney
Hmm.
bound stuff. So,
Yeah, I entered. I did not win, but
okay,
but I
that's
got to
too
meet
bad.
Pooh dressed as Pooh Honey Lizard, and honestly, that makes me a winner in my book.
That's awesome. All right, well, you ready to get this show on the road and get our game
I
started?
am. I
Awesome.
am. I'm very excited.
All right, cool. Well, let's get started.
Awesome.
All right, well, let's do this. I am ready for my lovely deck to absolutely wipe you off the board. No, it will not do that. I promise.
I went into this because I'm like, okay, I know the goal is to like not build a deck that people have necessarily seen before, but you provided I think loose instructions. So my deck
Mhm.
might be good. I think it's good because it's cute, but I don't know otherwise. I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. So no promises to anyone other than I'm proud of the name and the theme of my deck.
And what is the name?
It is the Disney Polynesian Village Resort. And
Nice.
it was because it has two movies in it. It was going to have just one, but I realized that that wasn't possible with two colors. So I supplemented one more movie, still two colors, but they are both heavily present at the Disney Polynesian Village Resort in
Ah,
Orlando, Florida.
all right, all right. Hopefully, be able to figure that out pretty quickly. But,
Yeah, there's a big hint on the screen already and on my head, but the other
ah,
one is you'll have to figure out.
gee, what could that be? Huh.
I know. Hey,
All right,
I'm mysterious.
cool. Let's go ahead and so what I did last time to make it easier, I did the 1, 2, 3 here. So how do you want me to pick it up?
2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1.
And then what would you prefer?
Do the same.
Two.
Yeah, I got these. It's like a giant bag of dice. Sorry, off of Amazon, and they're all different. So I was like, oh, well, that's
Ooh.
kind of cool. So I'm gonna have to swap those out
Uh,
every once in a while. So
I rolled 4. I didn't say high. But usually I do high, but one time I
Yeah,
rolled and
yeah.
like, we didn't say high goes first. I was like, I thought that's
Oh,
legally what people do.
oh, you got it.
Okay.
I got two.
That's okay. We don't
That's not
know how
great.
this is gonna go.
That's true.
This deck has not been tested by me, by science, by any authority. I don't know if it's ever even been made before.
Let's see.
Oh boy. It's rough.
I think I'm gonna go with.
I'm sending 4 back.
I'm gonna go with 5. Oof.
Okay. I can play this. It's playable. That's all you need, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that worked out a little better. All right. Get these a shuffle here. You want me to just split it in half or actually do the stacks?
Uh you can just split. You can just shuffle. I trust you this time. I watched you. But I can do
All
the
right.
stacks if you want to.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and split it, actually, just to add
Okay.
that little extra something. Though.
Yeah. So people can be like, listen, this deck is too good.
No, I don't think that'll be what they're saying about my deck. So, all right. Good over here whenever you're ready.
All right. So for my opening turn, I am going to. Whew, this is rough. It's rough. I don't. What you know. These are times where things are quite hard. I am going to ink a grand councilwoman
Okay.
and play a hey hey. So I'm trying to tip my hand here where you can see what the other movie might be.
I can't imagine. Let's see. Let me get my. I forgot to get my lore counter out here. Use my
I did
phone.
double check. I'm like, this is inkable, right? Yes, it is. I've never
Yep.
seen this card. I didn't know about it until today. And I was like, oh, that's Stitch and it's with my colors. So that was very exciting.
Nice. Nice. All right. Good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Ready up. Draw. So I will ink a Flotsam and Jetsam. It's like the biggest clue of what mine is.
I know,
And I
right?
will go for 1 for Curse Merfolk and pass.
Ugh. Okay. Well, now I'm scared. Okay.
Don't
Because I
be
don't have any.
scared.
I don't have removal in here or card draw. Well, we'll figure it out. All right. I draw. Ready, set, and then we will get the party going with. Eesh, eesh. I guess I'm going to ink another Grand Councilwoman. We're not going to get to see her this game. We're that's for future.
Just in
And
passing.
then we'll get a Lilo out here, who is like the cursed merfolk of today. You know, she's equally
Mm-hmm.
problematic.
She
And I'm
is.
just going to quest. I'm going to go up for 1.
All right. Remind me what the Lilo is.
The Lilo is Lilo Escape Artist. So at the start of your turn, if this card is in your discard, I can play her and she enters Exerted. But I have to do that before I draw.
That's right. Okay. Yes, that is problematic. So, all right. You
Yes.
good?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay. Ready up. Draw. So I am going to. I'm actually going to ink a Jetsam.
Okay.
And then I will go for 2 for the Ursula Deceiver. So,
All right.
got any songs in your hand?
Well, so I got a Stitch, a David, a Stitch, and a Kakamora.
Those are not songs, then.
They're
Yes,
not, but
they
they
are
are
not.
cute.
This is true. All right. And then I will go for 2 for the Curse Merfolk and pass.
All right, here we go. Ready, set, draw. Hmm. I am going to ink a David.
Okay.
So that one, I'm I'm gonna pay 3 for a Moana, and she's from set 5, and she's just 3-4 quest for 2. Nothing special there, other than she is fits my theme.
Nice,
And
nice.
unfortunately, I'm going to have to send my. Oh, I don't want to do it. I'm so scared. Well, it'll be okay. I'm gonna send my Hey Hey into your curse merfolk, and I'm
Yep.
gonna discard. Um. Oh boy, I will discard Stitch Abomination. I don't feel good about it, but
All right.
and then I am going to quest for 2 to go to 3 and pass.
Okay. All right. Ready? Draw. Um, I'm actually going to. This is one of my slightly non-themed cards.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I had to include some other stuff because there's a lot of Ursula and her eels, but there is not a.
Yeah.
So I will ink a Queen's Castle, and I will do 3 to play an Emerald Chromacon, which is technically a Lorcana item, so it's not, it's out of the bound.
Yeah.
Anyone
I'm
could
starting to
take.
feel. I was being very strict, so now I'm feeling kind of hoodwinked here because like I'm seeing things where I'm like, listen, if it's
No,
not in the movie, it's not in this deck.
no. Those are the only 2 I think that I have
Okay. Okay. Okay.
that are not
All
part of
right.
the deck or part of the movie. So,
Yeah. Emerald
um,
Chromacon. Can you refresh memory on that one?
that one is during your opponent's turns, whenever one of their characters or one of your characters is banished, you may return chosen character to their player's hand. So when you banish one of mine, I pick one of yours to return to your hand.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun little card. I found it on the last episode, actually. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And it helped whenever, because my deck was not great, it helped kind of balance stuff out a little bit. But because the last round, it was with Lorcana Thanos. The last round, I didn't get one. And yeah, it was not pretty. It was it was pretty bad. So, and then I will go for one with Ursula and pass.
All right. Okay. What are we gonna do here? Okay. Hmm. So it's during my turn if I banish one of your
Yes, if you
characters.
banish one of mine, not if I banish one of yours.
Hmm.
How fun would that be?
Interesting.
Banish one and send it away. Yeah.
Well, knowing that you can do mischievous things that I don't care for, um, I will quest for 5 to go to 8. I know, and
This is
then
not
I'm
looking good.
going. I will ink Stitch Alien Dancer. Very cute. I'm just
Okay.
going to say that about every Stitch card. Very cute, very cute. And then I'm going to rush my Kakamora boarding party into Ursula.
Okay.
So he's a 5-2, but now you get a pick.
I will throw back the Moana, I think.
And it goes back to my hand. That's not like,
Yes. Yeah, it's not banished.
okay, she'll come back.
It's just enough
All
to be
right.
annoying, really. It's not, not game changing or anything.
Well, as they say, it's a tempo play. It's a tempo play. All
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
All right. I will go ahead and pass.
Okay. All right. So ready up. Draw. So I will. Hmm. So many eels. So I actually got this deck from Cass.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
she loves her eels, and
She
so this is
does.
a slightly modified version of that deck, but it's true to the heart of the eels. Um,
Now, does it have a cool name?
what was it? What'd she call it? Me and my poopsies, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay. I would call it the eel deal
The
or
eel
eelless
deal.
eel. Yeah, me and my oops. I don't know if I want to say that, but
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
like that one too.
I had to stay true to the name, so let's go with. I'm going to ink this Jetsam.
Okay.
and then go for 4 for one of the queen's castles, and
Okay.
then pass, just so I can try to stay competitive a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have any real estate because I was like, a lot of the Moana cards are about locations, and I could
Mm,
not make that work, unfortunately.
it's interesting. I never really realized that.
Yeah, it was rough. All right, so Queen's Castle is a 7, correct?
It is, yes.
All right. And I want you to know that I respect you and that I like playing with you. So please, anything I do is because I have to. And it's not because I want to. But I am
No,
going to play
no.
two stitches. Um,
Oh my
and they
gosh.
both have rush. So I'm going to quest to give one of them support, and then both of them will come to the Queen's Castle.
No, that didn't
So
last
I quested
long.
here. I
Or
know. So I quested
castle.
9, and then, yeah, 7 total. And then because I'm just feeling terrible, I'll quest for 3 more and go to 12.
This is not looking good.
No, it turns out if you build a deck and you just say, I'm going to put every Lilo and Stitch, it could work. So this is a science experiment on this could be the new meta deck, but I
Okay,
pass.
there you go.
I,
All right, ready up. Draw. So I am going to. This is not going to work very well. I probably shouldn't have had so many uninkables in here, but
that is always, yeah, that's the one thing. So I don't build decks. I refuse to. I don't want to do it. So that's like 2 things. So I I really like working with you. And but then you're like, well, you're gonna be on camera and you have to make a deck. And I was like, no. So this was really hard, but you made me conquer 2 fears. So
there
it
you
was worth
go. It's looking good so far. So, I will ink this Jetsam,
it. Okay.
and then I will go for 5 to play this Flotsam. He's got Rush 3/4.
Okay.
So let's get. What are the stats on the stitches?
So my stitches are 3-1. This one's a 1-2, 1-2, 5-2.
Um, so I will rush into one of the stitches there
Okay.
and pass.
All right. So your eel survives.
Uh huh.
Okay. Let's
Oh, sorry.
see.
What was it? 3, you said?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That one's 3.
Get my. There we go.
I guess. Okay. So I am going to pay 3 for Moana, and I don't want to banish your character because bad things happen to me. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go to 17 and pass.
Oof.
It is an oath.
Yes.
But if you
This
have a
is.
be prepared.
Yeah. Wrong color, unfortunately.
Dang it. Oh, she's right.
All right. Good.
I am.
All right. Perfect. All right. Ready, everybody? Draw.
Is it the one you needed?
Oh, it is not. Well, seeing as I can't actually ink anything, um, I will go for 3 and play one of the 3 that I have there, Flotsam. So when this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand. Your character's name Jetsam gain. When this character is banished in a challenge, return it to your hand. But
Okay.
so that does not work out.
Yeah. Well,
And I will go for 2, just so it doesn't look like I'm falling way behind, except I am. And I will pass.
All right. And
And
then
you've
I'll
got
question
it.
her.
Yeah,
All
I was
right.
gonna say. Oh man, this is not pretty.
Well, here's okay. So I texted you before and I was like, hey, I made a deck and this one is purely like cards that are from these 2 movies, these 2 colors. Like 100% of my deck is cards from these 2 movies. There's nothing outside of it. Um, but I was thinking about switching from Moana to Lion King, and I think that would have been very punishing because then I would have had
Yeah.
Mufasa and Pride
Uh,
Rock and Simba Protector
yeah.
Cub. So it's probably good that I didn't do that. But that's this one. It was tough because yeah, a lot of the Moana ones are about locations, and the only
Hmm.
locations that are in the movie that are red or amber, or sorry, ruby or amber, was Flotilla, which that one is not super helpful because it's the lose lore, and that's the one rule I won't do is no one's losing lore on
No
my
one's
watch.
losing
So
lore. Yep.
nope, not on my watch. You can
Yeah,
keep it.
that doesn't sound super useful, but did you use it in the multiplayer though?
Yeah, well, no, on the multiplayer I use like a lot of like the goofy stuff like Aladdin, the Visions Lab. I use Emerald Chromacon.
Hmm.
So it was a very weird little deck. I called it Merry Christmas for you, or sorry, Merry Christmas for me, but not for you. Because it was a lot of like I get to draw cards when you don't, you have to discard. So it was like discard and lore stealing,
Oh.
very, very
Oh.
mean little stuff.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say that sounds a little rough.
yeah, and I tried to make it nice because like I built it and I sent it. I was like, hey, I want you to look at this because I don't want to not I don't want to make enemies, you know? And
Hmm.
um it turns out I built it wrong, but just not in the way I thought. It wasn't mean enough, maybe. I should have. All right, so we will cut and
See.
I will let you
And
pick which way you want me to do.
um 132, I think.
One, three, two.
Okay.
And then I'll do 2, 1, 3.
2, 1, 3. All right. Let's see if we can make this work a little better.
I think it's fun though to do things like this because I was like reading through the cards and some of them I haven't read in a very long time. So I like Grand Councilwoman is my other aliens get plus something, and then David is
Ah.
good if Nani's in play, and so I have all these like little synergies. I'm like, well, maybe I'll actually get to do it, but because they're kind of fun.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with
Swing back 3. 1,
2.
okay. Now there are some cards that are
Okay.
Japanese in my deck, so if that happens, the confetti cannons will go off, and everyone will go "Omedetou, omedetou gozaimasu," and everybody will be really happy. But I haven't drawn any yet. But I have a foil Japanese Maui, and then I have
Oh,
a Japanese Stitch and a Japanese Stitch Rockstar and a Japanese Stitch Carefree Surfer. So pretty
nice.
cool.
Nice.
Although the minute I put it
I
in there,
did
I'm like,
I did two, by the way.
whatever. Okay. And then I will.
Get this shuffled a little bit here. And all right. Hope for the best. Just a little bit longer. Maybe I
I
can
know
have a chance to get on the board before you get all those out.
my mean lean Stitch machine.
I mean, seriously. Okay. All right, ready?
Yes.
Okay, I assume you're all right if I go
Oh
first.
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. We will ink the Flotsam and Jetsam again to start off with and go with a Cursed Merfolk. I know it's shocking, but and pass.
It's a good play. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know. All right. I am going to ink a Stitch, new dog, English, not Japanese, unfortunately,
Oh,
and play Lilo, Making a Wish. One of my favorite
yeah.
cards in the whole game forever. She's
Oh,
holding Scrum. And then
all
I will
right.
go ahead and pass.
Okay. All right. Ready up.
Now, you are
Draw.
playing an eels deck, and I think it's important for me to say that I don't like eels. And when I was in Japan, I went to a restaurant, an omakase restaurant, where they tell you what they're going to serve you. And they served me a bowl of soup, and it had like the little, like when you get miso soup at a restaurant with a little
Hmm.
hat on the soup.
Yeah.
And I opened it, and as I opened it, he said, "It's baby eels." And it was a
Oh.
bowl filled with baby eels. And you might say, what does baby eel look like? Well, they're like this. They're like 2 inches long and like a half a centimeter wide, and they're white and they have little eyes. And I didn't know what to
Gross.
do. So I tried to send it. That didn't work. It was hard. So anyway, I don't like
Oh.
eels.
No,
And I hope
no.
everyone liked Pet Story. I ate it though because I was very brave and I wasn't going to be the American being like, ooh. So I was like, oh yes, I love baby eels, just like mom used to make.
Ugh, ugh. No thanks. You're braver than I
Yes,
am.
I ate
Uh,
flotsam and jetsam.
at least when they were babies. Um, all right, so I'm going to ink a Queen's Castle, and then I will go for 2 for the Ursula Deceiver. So I don't think you have any
No,
songs, but
I don't. I don't have any songs. I have 2 items
yeah.
and 2 actions.
Okay. All right.
You know,
And
I
then I will
got.
go for 1 or go for 2 with the Curse Merfolk.
Okay. All right, my turn.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, pass.
All right. Ready, set, draw. Oh my goodness.
I'm sure Cass is going to watch this and going to be like, "Oh my gosh, he did so terrible with that deck."
You don't understand the way of the eels.
Apparently not. Didn't
The
have a whole
eel
lot
of
of practice with
eel.
it though, so you know.
I am going to ink a Nani and Nani Caring Sister. I have 2 Nannies in here because, I had to. And then I'm going to play a Stitch New Dog, Hey Hey, Boat Snack, the original Hey Hey. And then, ugh, how much do I not like your Curse Merfolk? I don't like them. I'll be honest. But they can live one more turn because
Aw, thanks.
Lilo, she's not gonna do violence. She's gonna go to 2, and I will pass.
Okay. Do 1, ready up, and draw. So I will ink this flotsam, the 5/2, and then I will go for 3 to play that one. And it just says when your character's or your character's name Jetsam get +3 attack. So, and then I will go for 3 because
Hey, I didn't realize there's so much eel synergy here.
yeah, there really is. It's interesting because that's one of the things that she pointed out about the deck. She was like, make sure and just get as many of the eels out as possible so you can get all the all the fun stuff. But it's harder than it sounds. So,
It is, yeah.
all right, I
All
pass.
right. Ready, set, draw. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going. Oh, that hurts. This hurts me, and I don't want to do it, but I am going to ink Japanese Stitch.
Oh
It's
no.
beautiful. I
You
know.
could
I
swap it out. I
know.
won't care. You can put the other one in
Okay.
your
Yeah. There we
inkwell.
go. Yeah. There we go. Yes. Okay. Yes. Good job, Stitch. You're alive. But this one's ink now, and I'm going to unfortunately have to get rid of finally Curse Merfolk, and I will
Okay.
discard Stitch Abomination. The Forgotten Stitch. People always talk about the other Stitches. He is not one that people ever say is their favorite, and that's okay.
Yep. Yep.
Even though it has some really good flavor text if he steals everyone's left shoe.
That's a
All
pretty good
right,
impression
and
there at the
then
end.
thank you. I love that movie. I love that movie. Can you tell? Anyway,
No, had no idea.
there's a few tells that why. Anyway, so then I will go ahead and Lilo, you're in danger. I'll say that right now. I'm gonna quest. Oh, I'm scared. Um, yeah, we'll quest here for 3 to go to 5
Okay.
and pass.
All right. Yep. Draw. So I will ink this Ursula Deceiver. And then I will go for 4 for this Jetsam. That he is evasive. And your
Ooh.
character's name Flotsam gain evasive as well.
Wow. Okay, so now
So
both Flotsam and Jetsam.
yep,
And then
both of those.
what did okay, and then what did
So
Flotsam give Jetsam? Doesn't
plus
Flotsam have
three
something?
plus 3 attack.
Oh boy. All right.
So um so yeah, I will go into your Lilo.
Key.
Where is it? 1. Um and then I guess I will. What's the Stitch? Two
Stitch is
three
a tutu, but
or
he's
two?
a tutu, but he isn't Japanese, therefore that means you can't do anything to him.
Have to leave him alone.
Yeah, it's the
Um,
rules. They published them.
so I think I'm actually going to just go for one with that and go up to
Oh,
6 and
you
pass.
live. All right. So the stats we have a 1-3, and then what are the other? What's the other?
5-2 and then 3-3. But remember, these are both evasive now.
Oh boy! Oh boy! All right. Yeah. Ready? So draw. Huh. Well. Hmm. This is the sound I'm. Let's see here. Um. I'm gonna ink Stitch Abomination. And then let's see here. Characters scare me. Uh,
Just think of the baby
uh,
eels. It's fine.
I know. That's why I'm scared. As I'm thinking. I mean, that's to be fair. I conquered them. I ate them.
Well, you did the first
And
game, so
that's true. All right. Well, not so afraid of Ursula, but I also really can't do anything about your eel because it's evasive. So should I just take out
mhm.
Ursula for the funsies of it? Probably. So I will. Oh, that's a sound. Oh, okay.
The struggle is
I
real.
Well, it's like when you play meta decks, you like get to be like, oh, I know what they're going to be. I have no idea what you're going to do next. Some kind of eel
Yeah.
card that I've never seen before.
Well,
Some sort of
there's
eel mischief.
there's quite a few. There's not a ton.
Uh,
I actually didn't put
not
all
bad.
of them in, which is surprising because it would have made it unplayable.
I think I am going. Oh boy. Now they both only quest for one, right? Right now,
These
everything's on your
two,
board only quest.
yes, only
Yeah.
for one. Yep.
Okay. So I guess knowing all that, knowing what I know, I will sadly run Stitch into Ursula,
Okay.
leaving him vulnerable, scared, and alone.
Oh,
Um,
poor little guy.
I
I think
know.
he can
And then I'm
handle
gonna go.
himself, though.
I'll pass, and David and Hey Hey will save themselves for whatever eel mischief you're about to unfold.
Okay. All right. So ready. Break these over. Draw. Um. So I'm going to ink the bosses on a roll. It's a new one. And then I will just go for 3 for this Flotsam. When that character is banished, return to hand. Your character's name, Jetsam, return, get the same thing. So, and then I will go for. Actually, I'm going to put that Jetsam into your Stitch.
Okay.
Stitch is a 2. I know. I think I already
Yeah.
asked that. But okay.
He was a two. Now he's no longer.
And then I will go for 1. Go up to 7 and pass.
All right. So I am going to. Oh, okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm not scared. So I'm going to ink a Nani protective sister.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and pay 5 for a Nani protective sister. So she's a 3/6.
Okay.
And then David, though, when you have a character named Nani in play, he gets +2. So he's going to quest for 3,
Mm.
and then Hey Hey will quest for 1. So that's 4 to go to 9.
Yep.
Oh, we got that Nani Hey or Nani Hey Hey. Nope, that's not a sister.
Nani, hey,
David
hey.
Nani synergy going. All
Yeah.
right. And then I will pass.
Okay. All
I'm setting
right.
up for my big power play there.
I can tell. Ready, set, draw. So I will. So I will actually just do 4 for Ursula's Garden. When you
Okay.
have an exerted character here, opposing characters get -1 lore.
Okay.
And then I will ink this flotsam so that I can use that to move this flotsam over here and exert, exert, exert. Oh wait, did I? No, that was last check. So go for 3. Okay, all right, and no cards in hand.
Okay. 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 I'm excited. I'm scared.
It's getting
All right.
hectic whenever you start like trying to make sure you catch all these triggers and all this stuff. And like I said, I can't imagine how it was with the multiplayer game. That must have been just absolutely insane.
So the flotsam that's on the Ursula's garden
Mm-hmm.
has the evasive, right? He's got evasive.
Yes, he does still have
Okay.
evasive. Mm-hmm.
Oh, but how is that a 7 that the
Yeah,
garden is?
it's 7. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna come in like a wrecking ball and deal 6 on there.
All right.
Uh, and then I'll deal 1 more with Hey Hey.
Ah,
I know. I was like, wait a
spoil
minute,
my
there's a way around
fun.
this. I can't get rid of the eel, but I can get rid of the eel's house. And then quest for 5 to go to 14. And now
Well,
time
at
for
least
eel
it's closer
pain.
than the last one, I have to say. Not by much, but a little bit
Well,
closer.
I'm excited that I got the power couple of Nani and David out too.
I know. That's actually really nice synergy. I didn't know that that was a
Mm.
thing, but
Yeah, me neither. Reading these cards, I'm like, ooh, it's you and the eels. Only it's me reading every single card pertaining to the movie Lilo and Stitch.
all right. You good?
I am. Pass.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can get up to no good. Probably not, though. Nope, that doesn't help me. Um, so I will go for 3 for another eel. Jetsam.
So many eels.
I mean, when I was testing this before, I ended up, there was one round that I ended up with like 6 of them. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's never going to happen again. But,
Yeah.
um, and then I guess, hmm,
I guess
so,
there you go. She has bodyguard.
uh, oh, that's right. She's a bodyguard. Oh, and she's 6.
She is.
Man. Okay. Uh,
You got some beefy eels.
yeah, they're strong, but they're like this one is a 5-2, so it's like basically it falls to anything that's early game, so it's not great.
Not hey hey.
Not hey hey, this is true. Yeah. Um 14, 18, 19. Oh no, he can't quest. 18. Okay.
Mm,
All right, so I'm just gonna go for 4.
okay.
Oh no, 3. I just played that Jetson. Okay. And pass.
So time to do Floodborn hey hey shift. I didn't get that, but I have
Oh
another
no.
Nani.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's game.
Well, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, that is.
Yep.
Dang. Well, but
Oh
it was
my
a good
gosh.
game. And
It
it
was. It was
turns
better than the
out,
first one. So
well, here's what I learned. Ohana means family, and I have the whole Ohana,
you
right? I
do.
have David and Nani. The cards that I didn't get to play that we have Nani the support one. I didn't get to put her in there, but I had
Oh
her in
yeah.
there for the David synergy. Well, I think it was fun because a lot of these cards, basically what I did is once I knew I wanted to do Stitch, I pretty much just said, okay, I know Stitch is Amber and
Hmm.
then probably Ruby. And between those two, that kind of solidified my theme. It was kind of interesting because I knew that I couldn't do any removal because there's just like not a lot of
Yep.
removal. But I was like, brush. And so between Little Rocket, Maui, and Kakamora, And then my support, because I know that both Nani and Hey Hey have support. I was like, okay, I can do some mischievous things with
That you
support.
did.
Yeah, so it's I got around the fact there was no removal, and then I also have Maui's fish hook, so that way either Maui could do some stuff if he needed to, because I didn't know what you were building. So it was kind of fun having the challenge of being like, okay, I have these cards. I'm like, for example, I did not know this card existed of Grand Councilwoman.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so like that was kind of a fun one to be like, okay, well, how do I want to do this? So I had just in time just because I was like, well, I
Okay.
need some actions, right? So
Right.
the
Right.
only actions I had two just in times and two Maui fish hooks. So two items, two actions, and then the rest were just characters that I was hoping to get some synergy out of. But and just because they're my favorite cards in the game.
Yeah.
So
Well, and half
it
of them
was
you
fun.
didn't even get to play. So
I know, but luckily, but we did get to see, like you mentioned, the Nani and David synergy. No one's ever seen that before. And the
yeah,
Grand
yeah.
Councilwoman synergy would have been cool because that one you get your other aliens get +1. So like Stitch Abomination would have
Uh
quested then for 5 or 4. I don't know. I think he quested for 3. So then he would have quested for 4. That would have been very cool.
yeah.
But either way, obviously, you're like it still worked. So
Yeah.
so I can't complain
Yes,
too much.
very much so. Yeah. Um, well, I mean, you saw most of mine. I had some other Ursulas. I did have Deceiver of All in there just because I do
Mm.
have some fun things like Mother Knows Best. I did have that in there. That was another one that was not on theme. Um, I was surprised that Ursula's Garden is actually really interesting. That's the one that if you have something exerted there, opposing characters get -1 more. Um,
Yeah, that's fun.
I was like, that's kind of cool. If you have somebody that they only have characters with one, then it makes it like impossible for them until they get rid of it.
Yeah, especially because you
Um,
had evasive there, so that was kind of a cool. But
yeah,
then
yeah,
my
that
Maui
was
came in and said, "You're gonna mow down your
um,
little
oh,
island."
Poor Unfortunate Souls was another song that I could have used for Ursula. Return chosen character, item, or location would cost 2 or less to their player's hand,
Yeah,
which is fun. Um,
yeah, especially because you know that I want to shift really bad, which I never got
yeah,
to, but that's okay.
I think that's really it. I think, I mean, there's the Ursula's layer too. I just kind of toss those in for thematic purposes, but it does that more permanent. Whenever a character is banished in a challenge, well, here you may return them to your hand. Um, so
That is cool.
yeah, it would have been fun. But all right, well, didn't even need to go for 3, just 2.
I know. Well, I feel bad because yeah, even like I was
No,
like, okay, but I'm surprised. If it makes you feel better, I'm surprised things work out for me because yeah, I was very strict. I was like, no, there's nothing. You can't even because I was like, man, one Rapunzel would be nice because then I'd have
yeah,
card draw.
yeah,
And I was like, no, no card draw, no removal. You need to deal with what's in this deck. So I was very militant about keeping to my theme.
no. It's interesting how, I mean, you have the restrictions when you're building like a deck from, any cards that you want to. You still have to make sure your synergies are there and everything, but it's almost harder to do it when you're restricting yourself to just a theme or just a color, I think if I
Yeah.
remember right, Brando, my first episode of this, he played Mono Amber. And so I was
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
all right, well, it was puppies, of course, but
Of
the
course.
puppy
Yes.
swarm. All right, well, thanks for the game. And let's go back to our regular cameras here.
All right.
All right, well, you pretty much wiped the table with me. I know I joked about it at the beginning, but yeah, that was that was
I
not
had a lot of
good.
synergy. I mean,
You
think about it.
did,
I
you
had the
did.
Stitch. I was channeling Stitch. There's a Stitch behind me. I mean, what more can you ask for when you talk about
It's
synergy?
it must be the headband. That's what it was.
It's
Good luck.
channeling. It's got the antennas, so you really can't get. It kind of looks like his little arms, but it is not. These are his antenna.
Oh, that's what I was thinking it was, but
Yeah, no, because this is removable. This is
okay.
yeah. But
There you
either way,
go.
I think that was what gave me the competitive edge. Also using cards that are legitimately you can't do better than Stitch cards.
I
I'll
mean,
die on that
there are
hill.
so many really good ones, actually. Even the ones that are kind of that don't see a lot of play, they're still pretty decent.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And even Stitch Abomination, I didn't get to play him, but he's still there and he still matters.
Didn't he end up in the inkwell one time?
He
I
did.
forget.
He
Yeah.
never got to use ink over and over
Poor
again. But
poor little
man,
guy.
one day, next time.
Next time. Yep. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. Had fun. Um, so tell everybody where they can find you and your content.
Oh yeah, so I am the Lorekeepers in, and so I'm going to be on Instagram and YouTube, and technically podcasting, but I'm more heavily into YouTube because I've been doing a lot more vlogging lately.
Mhm.
I have a video coming out this week that I'm very, very excited about. That'll be out by the time this episode releases, where I did a scavenger hunt in Disney World using one pack of Lorcana cards.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I try to do it all. I want to do, fun, whimsical things. I also like to talk about competitive stuff, but I always feel like nervous talking about it. I'm like, I don't know how to play. I'm just a girl, but I'm getting better and more confident talking about
Well,
that.
clearly you do. I mean,
Whoa, as long as there's stitch in my deck, I can do it. But other than that, yeah, so YouTube, and then I'm on Blue Sky. And for now, I'm on Twitter. I don't know. That's a touch and go. It's every day. Who knows? But for
I
now,
know, right?
I'm there as well.
So,
I know there's still people there, so that's a hard thing. It's kind of like you don't want to leave the
hmm
party first, kind of thing. You're like, well, what do they talk about me? And everyone's like, hey, look at her, she's gone now. I'm
it's
sure
like
that'll
all
be
these
fine.
notifications. It's like half the time I
I
go
know.
back and I'm like, oh yeah, there's like 6 notifications or 7. I'm like, oh no, these people were probably wanting a response. So
I know. So it's rough. But either way, YouTube is probably like my number one. So yeah. And I
awesome.
love being on here. So next time I'll even make it, I'll be like, I have to only I'll do mono, not mono
Well,
blue. I'll just do
next time I know I'll have to be a little bit rougher. So
That's true. Yeah. This was me being nice. Like this was me holding punches. I was like, oh, I'm gonna build
oh no.
just
Okay.
just some
All
little
right.
stitches. Just some little
Got
stitches
to
and chickens.
make plans now. So yeah. All right.
Well,
Well,
you had
cool. Oh,
made
go
me think
ahead.
about punishment enough. So
What was that?
you made me think about eels, which was punishment enough. I do not care for
You're
them.
gonna have nightmares about Flotsam and Jetsam.
Mm-hmm.
Floating,
Uh,
floating in your soup.
I
Um,
ate their cousins. I can get them too.
gross. Um, all right. Well, cool. Well, thank you again. I had a blast. And see you around the community.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. You have a great one.
Thanks for checking out this episode of You Wanna Play What? Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and if you'd like to play your own crazy deck on the show, let us know at lurkanachats@gmail.com. Thanks, and happy questing.